The demand over in England is not as great as here because people come to Thailand. Dad was a miner who was extremely poor, very, very poor. Free school clothing, free meals. Didn't go down well at school, believe you me. Kids these days, they don't have that hunger, they have everything already given to them. Like being in a gym. Do you want to reach that certain level, you need to be motivated. Just step outside the box. Just think what you've achieved, or what most important is, what you haven't achieved. Step outside the box, see where you're going or coming from, and build on it. And believe me, it works. I've been coming to Thailand for 38 years.
So there's no other country that you've been to apart from England and Thailand?
I used to live in Spain, so...
Hello, and welcome to the Next Level podcast with me, Gareth Collins. Within this podcast, my goal is always to share my experience, my wisdom, and general exercises that will help you level up to your better self. And the guests that I'll bring in are also thought as people that will help us do the same as well. Okay, so lovely. Today I'm with a guy called Mike. Here you are.
Thanks for having me. Yep. All the way from Barnsley, I'm afraid to say. Barnsley. Yeah, don't blame me. Someone's got to come from there.
So tell me about Barnsley.
Well, it's a bit of back of beyond, to be honest. It's set back. It's a northern area, South Yorkshire. It's mostly mining area.
Okay.
It's slowly coming up through the ranks, but not as fast as other towns, I'm afraid to say. It's still a bit back, in time.
Tell me about what you do, Mike.
Well, I'm a sports therapist.
Beautiful.
And I have been for a number of years, probably 30 years now.
30 years.
30 years or more, yeah.
Okay.
Qualified a long time ago at... It's not the qualifications I go for. It's the time served. You need the experience. I don't have to advertise anymore. It's strictly by word of mouth now that I get my work.
And do you just work on your own, or do you work with other people?
I work out of gyms. I work out of universities. Quite a number of gyms, and sometimes from my own.
Yes.
So it's a mixed bag of work. But certainly keeps me busy and gives me time to come over here as well.
Share more about your practices. Tell me more about the job as a physiotherapy and the difference between a physiotherapy and a simple masseuse.
Right. A simple masseuse is one that I'll give you a deep tissue massage or Swedish massage. With a physiotherapist, it's entirely different. That you will spend a lot of time in university learning that trade. It's a very, very special technique. But you can learn massage therapy with a physiotherapy sideline. So you incorporate both.
Okay.
It depends what level you want to go on. I mean, you could spend years and years learning about, physiotherapy, but mine started as a hobby.
Yeah.
And I was getting quite good reviews about it. And then I decided to take the plunge and take the diplomas and, and here I am.
How did it start as a hobby?
I always had an interest in alternative therapies, alternative medicines, alternative foods. It was just a hobby that grew and grew. And well-being. I mean, I've always been into the gym. I've always looked after myself. It just grew out of a hobby.
Okay. So I was the exact same. I love giving massages.
Yes.
So it was a good few years. I just give ladies massages. And I went on a course. I'd done a Swedish massage course, which was great for a year. But share more about like, was you just self-taught at the start, and how did you
Very much
self-taught?
self-taught.
How was you
Yeah.
self-teaching yourself?
I practice with friends, and then that can be a problem though, because once you give a friend a massage, then everybody wants one,
Yes.
and even you have to be careful because even if you're bad, they're going to say you're good because they're having a free massage. But it just escalated from there. I started work for a short time in a gym,
Okay.
and I found out that people were asking for a masseur. And I just, penny dropped, and I thought, yeah, let's go for this. And yeah, it took off from there. It really did. And I used to work in probation services and alcohol addiction. And I decided then to like finish my work there and go full time in massage therapy.
Yes.
I've never looked back.
Okay.
I've never looked back. It's just snowball from there.
Beautiful.
And it's nice, you get to a time in your life. I mean, I'm an old guy now, but it's nice when you don't have to advertise. People like, you're actually turning people away because you're busy.
Beautiful.
That's what I like. But that hasn't come easy. That's taken over 30 years.
30.
Yeah, 30.
Wow.
30 years of massages, therapy,
How long are you like sort of backed up for?
It depends. It goes because I won't take any bookings more than 2 weeks in advance because people's plans change.
Yes.
And I used to do that. I used to take appointments weeks in advance, and then they cancel at the last minute.
Do you not take any deposits?
No.
No.
I think that puts people off.
Yeah.
All I ask is that on the day that you are booked in for, you confirm by 12 noon.
Oh, okay.
And if you don't confirm, then it's cancelled.
Ah.
And it's worked so well for me. So well. British people don't like the idea of giving deposits. They think, am I going
But it
to
just
get
shows true commitment, doesn't it?
It does, yeah. But with the type of clients I get, I mean, you have to remember, I get rugby players, I get gym guys, they're all into the wellness thing. So they're pretty committed, and I've got to a stage now where 90% of my clients are regulars.
Oh, okay.
The only problem is the rugby boys. You'll get a 20-stone guy on that massage couch, and it's like massaging a bull elephant.
Yes.
It is incredibly hard.
How often do most of your clients have massages?
What do you mean?
How often do they have massages? How often? Weekly, daily, every other day?
It depends on what sports they have, and depending mostly on what time they've got. Because as you know, in England, it's sleep, eat, and work.
And cash flow.
Cash flow.
It's okay in Thailand, pretty much, really.
Yeah. Time in England, very, very valuable. And out here, time stops.
Yeah.
Time stops. As you know, I've been here 2 months.
Yeah.
And I go home this week.
You got what, sorry?
I go home this week.
Yes.
And I'm gutted. I have 2 months here every year. And time stops still here. People have got time over here to enjoy their life. Whereas England, you work to pay the bills, and that creates a lot of stress, which is good for me, believe it or not.
Yeah.
Because some of them just want to come and just chill out completely.
Yeah. Compare the prices of massages over here in Thailand to England.
Oh, there is a comparison, but it's huge. I mean, I go for a massage over here. I go to the Thai blind school of massage. All the masseurs are completely blind. They're led into your room, and the lady puts their hands on you, and that's how you start. But the prices here, I pay 250 baht, which is just short.
£6?
£6, just under £6.
Yes.
For me, it'll cost you 50.
£50, yes.
And that's for an hour.
Yeah, totally. And what's that? How much is that for 8? Is that about 20 times?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, 20 times. 20 times.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, that's in Pattaya, that's in the higher scale of the price. There's some
Yes.
places
Yeah.
that I went yesterday, 100 baht, it's like £2.30.
Yeah.
They've upped their prices now to 150.
Guys, I would love to, honestly, I would love to drop my prices, but the cost of living, I mean, the heating alone, you know, it costs so much. It's so expensive. You can't afford to go any lower. Like I say, most of my clients, there's a few of them that's semi-professional. But you know as well as me, you go to the gym, you go to the same gym as me.
Yes.
You know that if you're into the well-being factor, you know, and you love to look after yourself, money doesn't really come into it. You want the best for yourself.
Yes.
You know.
Yeah. Well, it's priorities, isn't it?
Of course it is.
Priorities. But then again, also you've got to consider, like, I've never really had a 2 hour maybe, but not a 3 or 4 hour massage in England.
It'd be no good for you.
Oh, really?
It wouldn't be any good. I really recommend just 90 minutes.
Oh, okay.
You can massage a body too much.
Oh, right. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can. That's in my opinion.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think 90 minutes is just enough.
Why do you think you can massage a body too much?
You can irritate the nerves.
Oh, okay.
You know, I work with a client laying down on the front. I work from the head down to the feet, turn over, and then back up.
Yes.
And that a good deep tissue or sports massage takes 90 minutes. Anything more than that, they start to cramp up a bit.
Oh, okay.
Especially the sports guys, you know, the rugby players.
Oh, okay.
So
is that just your opinion, or
that's
is it
just my
from
opinion.
Other people?
That's just my opinion from 30 years experience.
Oh, okay.
I mean, to be honest, it depends on the person as well, because there's some guys that really take to massage. I've one guy that comes, he's an insomniac. He can't sleep.
Really?
The minute I put him on the couch, after 10 minutes, he's snoring.
So he wants you to move in.
And I says to him, I says, you know, I could just sit on the sofa and just, you know, pretend I've done a massage. He says, no, you wouldn't. I'd feel it. He says, but this is the only time. He's a chronic insomniac. He says, this is the only time that I get to sleep.
Why do you think that is?
Stress.
Yeah.
Stress. We are so stressed in the UK. I mean, you know as well as me, England at the moment, it's not the happiest place, you know, to be. There's so many issues. There's people that have really, really good jobs that are actually fighting to pay the bills.
Yeah.
It is really, really bad.
Yeah. One thing that's massively helped me with anxiety and sleeping is meditation.
Yeah, I've never ever tried that, to be honest. I know it's good. I did try.
Today's the day.
I tried yoga 2 months ago.
Okay, where was that?
In my gym.
Okay.
Back in England.
Okay.
And I didn't realise how therapeutic it was. It was like, it was so good.
Yes.
But I felt as though I'd had a good workout after, you know, yoga. Dad was doing all these bends and poses.
Challenging for the mind.
Oh, God, yeah.
Yes. You've just got to like focus in on the actual exercise, so you're within your body. You know what I mean? So
it helps with training, because no matter what you do in this life, sports-wise, you've got to put your mind to it. You know what I mean? You can't go into something. Yeah.
Right. Stroke presence.
Yeah. I mean, you've seen me in the gym. I'm the happiest, bounciest person alive, because I get such an endorphin rush in the gym.
Me too.
But it's the way I am.
Yes.
You know? You know, I talk to everybody, and it's just my favourite place.
Yeah.
You know?
Yes. So I'll just give you a little bit my breakdown on massage. Meditating.
Yes.
Okay. So you basically training your mind when it wanders off to come back to your breath and be present with here You with me? So when you lie down to sleep and your mind's rushing around, it's easier to come back and to be present and to relax.
You see, I think I do that
Yes.
when I go up here to the Japanese onsen.
Yes.
A great place just to be on your own.
Tranquil.
Yeah. Japanese onsen, for if people don't know, it's a Japanese therapeutic sauna.
There's all sorts in there. There's
a mineral bath. There's a salt bath,
Yes.
magnesium bath. There's a steam room. There's a
Cold
sauna. There's everything, and it's so cheap to go in. But do you know something? The salt bath, especially, you can just lay there and float, and your mind clears.
Yeah.
It completely clears. And then when you've had enough, the boy comes up and gives you a kimono.
Okay.
And then you go, takes you upstairs, and there's a room with about 30 beds in.
Oh, yes.
With pipe music.
Yeah.
And you just relax, and your mind completely clears. But if you go, do not plan on going out anywhere after, because you are completely zapped. It is incredible. I go every time I'm here.
Beautiful. In Thailand, that I've noticed, there's so many saunas. So many saunas and cold pool venues. Plunge pools.
Yeah.
Now, in England, I know there's a few, David Lloyd and your regular spas, but it just seems it's a lot. You've got to commit to a month, or you've got to pay like £25 a day.
Yeah.
David Lloyd and the Village Hotel.
You see, the demand over in England is not as great as here, because people come to Thailand, in my opinion, with a certain mindset. You either come to Thailand, you either want to party and enjoy yourself, or you come here and you want to get in good shape. I fly down from Manchester to Bangkok with a lot of guys that's coming to training camps.
Really? Yeah. You
So they want the cold plunge pools. They want the sun. They want the masseurs, and there's a massive demand for it here. You cannot, there's a 2-day waiting list to get into the Thai blind massage clinic in Jomtien.
Oh, okay. I haven't been there.
It's good.
Is that the best one?
Yeah, I know. Yeah. I took my courses there.
You'll have to send me that over.
Yeah, but it is, I recommend
I've not seen that.
oil massage.
Yeah, I've not heard of 2-day booking.
Yeah, but at the moment, because it's high season, sometimes on the spot, if you go in and someone's not turned up, they may be able to get you in. I've been a few times just on the off chance when I've come back from the beach, and you can shower there, no problem.
Well, it's on my mind, off season, because many people ask me this about Thailand, off season and busy season, and when's the best time to come. Now, I've only spent about 2 years and 1 month, or maybe 2 months in Thailand. Now, this guy, Mike, has spent how many months in Thailand, and from when?
I first came here, I'm going to show my age now, aren't I? I came here 38 years ago.
38 years ago.
Yes.
Brilliant. And that was the one thing that attracted me to Mike, because I absolutely am in love with Thailand. So I wanted to find out exactly Mike's experience with coming to Thailand so often.
When I first came here, guys, it was nothing like you see now. Everything was on a low level, first floor.
Oh, okay.
The beach road in Pattaya, it had a central reservation with palm trees in and small roads at the sides.
Yes.
The beach on Jomtien, there was no road there, it was just a sandy track. And I'll always remember, because we were sat on the beach and this lady came up and asked if we would like something to eat. Didn't understand what we was getting. I always remember this for some reason.
Is this one of the first times you came? Or
this was the first time.
What year?
And then
what year?
1987.
1987, before I was born.
Yeah,
not even
before a lot of people were born. But yeah, I came here, and the lady was sat behind me. I'll never forget it. And she said, "Would you like something to dress?" Yeah. I came with a friend, and cost about 10 minutes later, there was about all the family turned up, and they cooked us a meal on the beach.
Wow.
And it was like, what's going on? And I'm saying, can we afford this? Can we afford this? And it's like, well, we'll have to, you know. And it was peanuts.
Can you remember how many peanuts?
I can't know, but yeah, I was so humbled.
Yeah,
I was really humbled.
That explains the Thai generosity and care in a nutshell.
Yes. And I can't remember where I paid them, but I know it was next to nothing. The next thing I remember was going up into Pattaya City, and there were so many Australian bars, so many, and I always, this has stuck in my mind. There used to be, well, there was a few of them, few young boys that had elephants, and they was walking around the city, and they trained the elephant to tap you on the shoulder, and you pay, I don't know, I can't remember, 10 baht for some bananas to feed the elephant, and all these elephants were going around the bars. Wow. And so you can imagine as a young, 27 years old, because I've never grown up.
Not like me.
Yeah, you can imagine what impact that had on me. That had a huge impact, and I'm thinking, God, this is incredible. You know, me coming from a mining town where everyone's, you know, macho, and coming here and seeing people so nice, so I can't find the words for it.
Yes.
It was just, it must have been a good first impression, because I've been coming here for 38 years now.
Every single year?
Well, not every single year, because there were a few, COVID. I spent 20 plus years in Spain.
Okay, got you.
But I still used to come over when I lived there. But on and off, yeah, I come.
Yes.
Now I've got to a time in my life where I can come and spend 2 months at Christmas.
Wow.
I still feel like a young lad, although the body doesn't. But
I hear everyone going, oh, I wish that was me.
yeah, the worst thing about coming to Thailand is going back home. That I am like a child that's had his toy taken away. Oh, it breaks my heart. I have so many friends here. I have more friends here than I have in the UK.
Wow.
And some of these friends that I've known from in the last 30 years. You know.
What do you say to people that are in a state of wanting to come to Thailand, leave England, and live over here? What do you say to them?
Take a 6-month break.
Yes.
Come here, get a cheap room. Don't go and, you know, rent anything special. All you need is a bed and a shower. You know, you can still get places for a £5 a night here.
Yes.
You know,
£5.
Sorry,
yeah, totally. Maybe even a little less than, about 400 baht.
Yeah,
400 baht. Yeah, £5. Yeah.
Yeah, you can still. I would advise anyone that wants some of that, come out for 6 months. You can get a free 2-month visa now. I don't know any about visas, anything past that, but come and spend 6 months out here. Get a feel for the place. You know, don't come out here and go round the bars partying. Get a feel for the local people. You know, I haven't been to a bar in Thailand in over 3 years.
Oh, really? Wow.
Because my time is spent, I'm with the local guys, and they've done all the, you know, the partying and the bar.
Yeah.
My favourite thing of a night is going down to Jomtien Beach, 8 o'clock at night, and they're playing volleyball.
Oh, okay.
You know, it's 20-something degrees. They're playing beach volleyball. If you want to be, you can have a nice cold beer. If you want something to eat, there's a street cart that comes up and cooks food. What a pleasant way to spend an evening.
And, okay, what do you say to people that paint Pattaya in like a dark light and just has the only bad things to say about Pattaya?
Yes. Gaz, you've had it and I've had it. People back home will say, oh, yeah, you're going to Pattaya, or you're going for the lady boys.
Yes.
And I don't know if I could say that, but anyway, I've said it. Oh, you're going for the lady boys. My instant reaction, non-reaction is, I just think, mate, you haven't travelled. You haven't got to know these people. It's like classing England as Soho in London. Do you understand?
Same Soho.
Yeah, it's like, you know.
Yeah.
England.
Or like saying, oh, you going to England for fish and chips.
Yeah. Yeah, it's exactly the same. You know, there's so much to do it. And this is a huge country.
Yeah.
I mean, I got here on the 10th of December.
Okay.
I spent 3 days in my apartment. And then I flew up to Chiang Mai with a friend. Okay. We had we stayed in Bangkok for 2 days.
Your apartment was in Bangkok. You 3 days?
Sorry, my apartment here in Pattaya. Yeah.
Got you.
We went up to Bangkok, stayed in a hotel for 2 nights. Then we flew from Bangkok up to Chiang Mai. Hired a motorbike for 6 days.
Okay.
It breaks your backside. 6 days in the saddle, believe you. Yeah. And we did My Son Loop, I think they call it.
I've heard a lot about that.
Yeah, you can usually do it in 3 days, but we turned it into 6 days because we went up to the Myanmar border, you know, the Burmese border, and then we took in a lot of extra places. But we had 6 days on a motorbike, and that is an experience I'll never, ever forget.
Both of you, one each?
No.
Shared it?
Shared it, yeah. Big bike.
Nice.
But what an experience. Most of the road goes through jungle. So you see snakes crossing the road, you know. Amazing, guys. If you haven't done it, I highly recommend it.
Noted.
It is something, you know, we were staying in hotels for like 200 baht a night, you know, and then you go to somewhere else, it'd be 1,000 baht a night.
Beautiful.
At the end of the day, we just got Google out and Google the nearest hotel or motel.
So the 200 baht one, was that an hotel?
It was just a motel.
Or
it was
hostel?
No, there is hostels, but the 200 baht was just a room with a bed and a shower. And that's it.
So if you're not sure, 200 baht is around £2.30, £2.40 for one night. Yeah. Yeah. So
that's per person, but it's still cheap. 400 baht a night.
Yeah.
You know, it's unreal.
And it's great value as well, though. It's not just cheap and cheerful. It's good value. It's great value.
This place was spotlessly clean. You know.
Great view.
Yeah, I mean, the receptionist was laughing at us because, you know, when you're on a motorbike, you have 2 T-shirts, 2 pair of underpants. Okay. So when you finish each day, you have to wash them and hang them out to dry.
Okay. No clothes in your bag?
You can't carry a lot of bags because you're on a motorbike.
Yeah.
So you just take the
very
basic.
Light.
So you're living very, very raw. But I loved it.
Next question I've got for you is it the word itinerary? What would you say if someone's coming over here for, like, say, 2 weeks, 14 days?
You see, that'd be no good for me because I get really bad jet lag.
Oh, okay.
And setting off from my house, getting into my hotel here is 27 hours. So 2 weeks would be no good for me. I'm in a coma the first 3 days I'm here, you know.
Okay, totally. Okay, so I'll put it to you. How long would you recommend someone coming over here, and what would you recommend?
If they're coming for the first time, right, come for a month. There is so much to do here. And don't go for, you know, the obvious stuff. Just find something out about the locals. My favourite time over here is going down to the military base in Sattahip. Yeah, you've got to go and take your passport, and it's on a military base. Okay. But it is the best beach in Thailand. Really? It is pure white sand. This is up 30 mile. I don't know what it is in kilometres. 30 miles that way. Okay, from here. From here, yeah. And it's on the military base, the Navy base, and it's the best beach I've ever been on. Oh, okay. Absolutely amazing.
And go for it. Keep going.
But yeah, I would do things like that. Go over to Koh Lan, Koh Larn is 30 baht on the boat.
Very boat, yeah.
That's changed a hell of a lot in the time I've been here.
Okay.
Massively.
Some great views from there as well. Over Pattaya.
Well, I've been here 2 months now, been over 5
Oh,
times.
really?
I've got friends over there as well. So we like to meet
Yeah.
up. And
A lot more chilled vibe over there, isn't there?
yeah, but I like snorkeling, you see. I love
Okay.
diving. So it's just like, nothing, just a pair of flippers and goggles and off you go. you know.
Beautiful. Okay, so let's get it. How many days did you say in Satahip?
In where, sorry?
Where did you say the military base?
In Satahip.
Satahip. How many days there?
Been quite a few times.
No, I'm saying the 30 days. So what I want to do is set out like
Oh,
your
sorry.
own plan.
Yeah, I get you.
For like in
yeah.
30 days, what would you recommend?
I would definitely go down to Satahip, to the military base, because it just reminds me of Barbados.
Oh, really? Wow.
Yeah. For 2, if you've got the money and you can afford it, fly down to Krabi. It's
Krabi
so
is
cheap.
beautiful. I went there a couple of weeks ago.
Krabi is stunning.
family.
Obviously, I bet you went to Railay Beach.
Yes, we did.
Yes, you did.
So we did.
The
I'm
best.
a mad granddad.
The best diving place in Thailand.
Yes.
Oh, the islands are incredible for diving. Thirdly, go to Bangkok and spend a few days in Bangkok. I've been to New York and I've been to Bangkok. Bangkok number 1 every time. I think Bangkok is a lot more modern than New York. I think the transport infrastructure is incredible.
How many days would you spend in Bangkok, would you say?
I could live there. So.
Really?
Yeah.
It used to be too busy for me, but now I can cope with it.
It is a bit busy, but if you take, like say, you're coming for a month, you want to sample all kinds and both sides of the life.
Yes.
Go, see Bangkok, how fast the life is, how great it is. See the sky.
The energy is absolutely exuberant. Where would you go to? Where's your favourite places in Bangkok?
Just central Bangkok. You know where the staggered, I forgot the name, the staggered tower is with the glass floor. Up Siloam.
Okay.
It's the Siloam area of Bangkok.
Okay.
And that area is great.
Yes.
The only problem is when I go to Bangkok, I tend to eat my way through it. The food is that good.
Yeah. While we're talking about food, one of my favourite apps, I'm not sponsored by them yet, but it's called Eatigo. So wherever you are in Asia, Thailand, Philippines, there's a few other places, Hong Kong, Singapore, like they give you like up to 50, sometimes 70% off top class restaurants. It's absolutely superb. The best restaurant I've ever been to is called Goji Kitchen in Bangkok. And then there's another one called Medini, and it's an absolutely epic view. So if you're ever in Bangkok or over Asia, download the app called Eatigo.
You see, I admire people like you because I don't have a favourite restaurant because I literally eat everything.
Okay. What's some of your favourite Thai food?
Well, it might sound a bit pretentious, but it's not. I really do enjoy it. And it's squid and octopus cooked in squid ink.
Oh, okay.
Served with Thai fried rice.
Okay.
And it's the black ink is really sweet. But it leaves all your mouth
Noted, I'll keep that in mind.
But you must try it.
Really?
But make sure, I only have that in Koh Larn.
Oh, okay.
Because it's straight out of the sea. And as you know, squid and octopus is so tender when it's fresh.
Interesting. Go on then, what else?
But yeah, I love seafood. But normally my biggest treat is jumping on the motorbike and going up to Naklua.
Okay.
Going to the seafood market.
Yeah.
Where everything is alive and kicking.
Oh, really?
And I was at a loose end last week. So what I did, I went, I got my motorbike. My friends were working. They all work during the day. So I rode up to Naklua and I bought a kilo of fresh, well, they're still live. That's how fresh they were. I bought a kilo of king prawn.
Oh.
220 baht. Took them outside. They're still alive. Took them outside and I paid the woman 30 baht. and she'd grill them on the barbecue for me. And I sat there with a fresh coconut and a kilo of king prawn, and I ate the lot.
If that's not a touchdown, I do not know what is.
But that is, I'm a foodie.
Homer Simpson would be proud of you. Where is that again? So the viewers
It's
know.
Naklua.
Naklua. And how
Yeah.
far is that from here?
It's about 4 to 5 miles. I only know miles because obviously in UK we use miles.
Yes, Naklua.
But it's you
not
just
been
go
there.
through the city and you just keep going up to Naklua, and till you literally come to a bad corner, and there's the seafood market there. Everything in there is alive and kicking.
Wow. Naklua.
Naklua.
Noted.
But I go there, and they have up there. They have the Chinese food festival every year.
I think I might have visited.
I went this year again.
Is it on the way to Banksaray?
Pardon?
Is it on the way to Banksaray?
Well, there is that one. There's quite a few of them
Yeah.
at this time of year. But this one in Naklua is pretty good. I went to it again this year.
Beautiful.
I'm not a drinker, but I'm a foodie,
Yes.
and I will eat anything.
Massaman curry is my number one.
Yeah.
Massaman curry, absolutely.
You see, I like the dried curry over here.
Okay.
You know, the red and green curry, which is like they just coat stuff in powdered curry and then put a little bit of sauce on it.
So tasty, and again, such great value for money.
You're making me hungry. But I mean, listen, if you want English fish and chips, you can get it over here.
Yeah.
You know, you go
I haven't
to
had top quality fish and chips here so far. I'm
Yeah.
not gonna lie.
there's one down on Jomtien on the seafront
Okay,
on the
what's that one
Dongtan
called?
beach. I forget the name of it, but it's proper cod or haddock.
Okay.
A little bit expensive, of course, you have to
Ah.
fly it in, and that's
Interesting.
beautiful.
Yes.
But you know something, guys, when I'm here, I just like Thai food.
Yes, totally. So, like, one of my most popular dishes, along with Massaman, is pad kapow, and that's like 60 baht.
What's that?
Pad kapow is like a basil with chicken mince or pork mince.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
The Thais eat that a lot, don't
Yes, and normally you get like an egg with it with rice.
they? Yeah.
Again, I say that's 50, 60 baht. That's about
Yeah.
under £1.50.
Yeah.
Now, what would you get in England for £1.50? You wouldn't get corner chips, would you?
It's not a tip in England anymore, is it? No, it really isn't. You know, you can eat like a pauper over here and still eat well. You know what I mean? Everything comes with the rice over here.
Yeah. The noodles as well.
You see, I'm not a big
Quite
lover
nice.
of noodles.
Yeah. Okay.
Like,
Like the soup.
Yeah, I
with
love the soup.
Sprouts,
Tom
not
yum.
not sprouts. Like, so they've either got the normal like frying setup,
Yes.
or they've got like the noodle setup.
Yes.
With like either the beef and chicken, the soup.
Yeah. You see, I'm not keen on noodles or the glass noodles.
Yeah, I'm keen on them.
I mean, people said to me, "Oh, I love pad thai." I'm not that keen on it, to be honest.
It's not one of my favorites.
Give me a bowl of tom yum.
Okay.
Tom yum.
Yeah.
Anytime.
Yeah.
That is one of these best dishes.
Yeah. So many, just wide range of food here.
Oh,
Like Central Mall, me and my friend went to like a Korean barbecue, and like they bring out, you just order it on your phone.
Yeah.
Use different packages.
Yeah.
Or they just keep bringing it out and you cook it right in front of you.
Yeah.
Absolutely great. Or you've got like the Thai version of that. There's loads. Is it just on the way through to like Tepazit? Such great value.
I mean, as you know now, I mean, Thailand is just one of the best culinary delights in the world. You know, it's just, you can get anything at any time, anywhere. You know, you can go to Terminal 21, the huge shopping mall.
Yeah.
And you can get anything from Korean to Chinese, Japanese.
Totally.
But to be honest, I like street food.
Yeah. What would you say your top 3 favorite restaurants are in Pattaya?
I don't think well, I know I can't pronounce them. There's where the police station is on Jomtien Beach,
Okay.
across from the 7-Eleven. Up that alley at the back there, there's a little well, not so little, but there's a kitchen,
Mm.
and they prepare and serve the food for all the beach. The
Oh,
motorbike boys running in and out, taking
Oh,
orders
really?
out.
Ah,
So they have the freshest food,
okay.
and the quality of food is top notch. I go there most days, and for 120 baht, I get fried rice with seafood, and I'm talking prawn, squid, octopus, mussel, all thrown in, and it's the freshest food. The best restaurant. Well, it's not a restaurant. It's got 2 tables.
Okay.
That's all it's
Wow.
got, because they serve the old beach. But it's the best food in Pattaya.
I'll keep that in mind. Number 2.
Yeah. Number 2. I live in Pratimak, and literally downstairs across the street, these street carts pull up at night, and one will have chopped fish, or the other will have chopped meat, and they'll barbecue it for you. That's probably my second.
Is that at the top of the gym? When you come out the gym, turn left, 7-Eleven?
No, it's the opposite way. I live down that street.
Right down.
Yes.
And then on the left, is it?
Yes. Soy 4, I think it is.
Okay.
But at night.
The market, the Russian market? Is that
No,
what you're on about? No.
just further up from there. Sorry.
Okay, got you.
But at night they have these. There's 3 or 4 of these, food carts comes round. I could literally. I wish they had a table, because I'd be sat there all night.
Yes.
There's one boy that comes, and all he does is make pancakes.
Okay.
And there's a queue for him every night. They are that good. He makes them with butter.
Yeah.
The other restaurant is. I couldn't even tell you the name. I don't even know. It's all in Thai.
So they're all underground restaurants. Your favourites are?
I tend to keep away from these.
Sure.
These mainstream restaurants.
The real setups.
Yeah. I think the authenticity of Thai food is on the street. To be honest.
Yeah.
I really do.
Go on.
The flavors are incredible. You go to any night market, like I'm a lover of Theprasit night market.
Oh yeah, that's the best one.
You can literally eat your way through there.
And so much choice.
I think it's 200 baht for a baked sea bream fish. They have everything you.
Is that the white fish?
Yes.
Is that like salt fish? Yeah.
Yeah. It's cooked in salt.
Yeah.
And then they crack it open.
Yeah.
And then they give you a chili sauce, and it's like, I've gone to heaven.
Yeah.
It's beautiful food.
Yes. Okay, so we share one that is like more upmarket then. What's like an upmarket one that's springing to your mind that's more commercialized? That you'd take your finest date to?
I think they call it Benny's. Benny's, and it's
on Walking Street.
No, it's where our gym is at the top of Soy 5.
Yeah.
It's straight down there, and it's on the left. It's a big open air, well, semi-open air restaurant, and it's packed solid every night.
Like Cozy Beach?
I'm not sure.
No.
I'm not sure. But anyway, we went there the other night. The food is first class. It's very, very nice. I think they call it Benny's or Bunnies or something like that.
Okay.
I just don't look at the name. I look at the food.
You'll have to send me over some pictures of all these places.
It is great food there, honestly. But that's only one of the, upmarket places I go to.
Beautiful. Share with me your top 5 reasons why people should come and visit Thailand.
Top 5. 1, once in a lifetime experience. 2, you'll find yourself. I can be myself here. I can't do that in England. There's so much pressure. For 3, it's an adventure. For 4, you can explore. I mean, I'm still exploring Thailand. I've just been, like I've just told you, I've been on that motorbike tour. 5th, the problem is, once you come here, you'll never escape. You'll always come back.
Yeah, so basically just take the dive and come.
Yeah, I don't know anyone that's ever been to Thailand and said they hated it. Never.
I've never heard that before.
It's just,
You've got me there. It's like you're swearing at me.
yeah, they're lovely, don't they? You know,
Mm.
because everyone's in such a happy mood. You know,
Mm.
we haven't got the same issues here as we do in Europe.
Mm.
You know, Europe's not a nice place to be at the moment. It really isn't. Politically and financially.
Oh, cutthroat.
Oh, very cutthroat, you know.
Mm.
Even friendship, I find, is totally different. Friendship in the UK can be very mercenary.
Yeah.
1 minute you're the flavour of the month, the next minute nobody wants to know.
Yeah.
Here, if you've got a friend, you've got, especially, you know, in the Thai community, you've got a friend for life. You know,
Mm.
I've known my friends here for years.
Mm.
I'll love them like family. You know, I'll do anything for them. They'll do the same for me.
Mm.
That's the difference, you know.
So much love.
Yeah, there is.
There's a lot more love just in the air.
It's not just love. There's a lot more respect.
Mm.
You know,
Take
even if you're selling food bites for 10 baht on the market, you know, you've got the same respect than someone that's driving a Rolls Royce.
no judgment.
No judgment, no
There's
nothing.
no
And that's
judgment.
until you've witnessed that,
Yeah.
you know, and sampled this way of life. It's you haven't lived.
Prejudice is barely
Thailand
existent.
changed my life 1,000%.
Mm.
1,000%. That's why I've been coming back year after year after year.
It's taken me back to the first time I visited Thailand about 8 years ago. I was on the train. It was my last day. I was headed to the airport, sort of thing. And I was looking out and I was tearing up.
Yeah.
Not because I was like frustrated in leaving. I was full of gratitude and appreciation for life, for seeing how the people live and seeing the opportunities that I have in England for me. I was just full of gratitude, appreciation, enthusiasm, rejuvenated.
But people won't get that until they've been here, do they? I mean, I must admit, I'm like a child when I'm going home. This morning, my last day in the gym, right? Those guys coming up and saying, Mike, and I've only been a member of this gym for a month, 6 weeks I've been a member. And I was tearing up. You know what I mean? Because all these guys are coming up. When you're coming back, even the girl that manages the gym came up.
Yeah. So, like, I do a little bit of marketing for the gym.
And I told her that I was going on.
Battle Conquer it is. Give it a shout out.
And she gave me a hug, but I was like tearing up. And people won't get that, you see. They won't understand it because they haven't sampled what it's like being out. It's a different universe, isn't it?
So that's got in my mind the feeling of the people actually want to be here.
Yes.
They love the country. They love their place.
Yeah.
We've got so much
and
pride.
You can see people, they respect people for letting them come here. Do you know what I mean? No matter where you go, there's a hell of a lot of respect going on here. We don't have that in the UK. The people don't respect each other anymore.
Came off my tongue the other day. I can't remember what I was doing. I might have been doing a voice note, and I said "Great Thailand." I might have been talking about Great Britain, but Great Thailand came out of my tongue.
But why not? Why not Great Thailand? Because it is.
It is. Saying Great Britain doesn't feel right. Sounds like you're fabricating and you're lying to yourself.
You see, people might be looking at this and thinking, can it be that good? It's brought me back for the last 38 years. It's brought you back to live here. You know, it is that good.
Yeah.
It is that good. Because you don't have the same worries. You don't have the same attitudes. That's a big plus for me. Because attitudes are so different here to what they are back in the UK.
Well, the level of complaining, how many people do you hear that's complaining about anything in Thailand? No.
I don't hear people complain. I don't know if it's because I don't put myself in them circles. I mean, obviously, I don't go up Soy Bukaw at 2 o'clock in the morning.
Yes.
But no, I just...
No.
I you don't hear complaints, you know.
No.
None
How
at
I
all.
like to explain it to people, it's the vibe that you go on holiday, even if you go to Blackpool, like anywhere you go on holiday in the world, like
Yeah.
there's a holiday vibe
Yeah.
inside yourself.
Yeah.
When you go on holiday, even if it's to Gran Canaria or
Yeah.
wherever you go, you have an excitement that you're visiting somewhere else and you're going to make the most out of it. A holiday vibe you have.
Yeah. But that goes on here 24 hours, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. It's set in stone over here, more or less, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've got to be happy. And you are, because there's literally nothing to be unhappy about apart from that return trip to the airport.
We've spoken a lot about Thailand. Now let's dig a little bit deeper into your childhood, Mike. Tell me a little bit about your upbringing.
Wow. I was born in a family of 10.
Okay.
Dad was a miner, was extremely poor, very, very poor. Free school clothing, free meals, which didn't go down well at school, believe you me.
Okay.
But it gave us an healthy respect for money.
Yes.
A very healthy respect for money. And when I left school, I'll never forget, I left school at 16. I had to go to this college for a couple of weeks to learn how to work in the pits, as it were. And yeah, I did that. And the first day I went down the pit and I looked around and I said, no, this is not for me. I spent one day down the pit.
Wow.
My dad wondered what the hell was up with me, because my 3 brothers were all in the mines.
Breaking the mold.
He broke the mold massively. Instead, I lied about my age and I went to work in Pontins. And that was like, you know, from a young lad from Barnsley, who literally had nothing, you know.
Living the dream.
I was at Pontins, you know, near Blackpool. I was like,
wow.
I am living the dream.
Yeah.
But then I learned, you know, that you could travel and get paid for it. And that started, you know, a domino effect. You know, so I started going, I worked in Pontins, then I worked in Butlins, you know.
How long for was that period of your career?
Just till I got out of my teens.
Okay.
You know? And then I started doing the circuit, the Mediterranean circuit. I worked in Ibiza for a year. I worked for the mayor of Ibiza.
Wow.
That was a very, very fast year, as you can imagine. I was a young lad, Ibiza, party town, partying, working. Yeah, a year seemed to go in like a week.
Sounds great. What years was that around?
Round about more or less the time when I first came over here, 26, 27 years old.
Okay.
There were about
80s.
4 or 5, in the 80s, yeah. There was a period that you had to spend 5 or 6 years traveling. I worked in Ibiza, Mallorca, Gran Canaria, Tenerife, Fuerteventura, Lanzarote. I did a season in every one.
Beautiful.
You know, so it's... I've travelled a bit.
Was that like not a cruise? That was just going.
No, that was just working in bars, working in restaurants.
Great.
Wherever you could find one. You see, at that time, guys, you could do that. There was plenty of work, and you could earn some really good money.
And like you say, you're enjoying it and you're seeing the world while you're at it.
Yeah, you know, you go from a young lad being brought up literally in poverty to like working the med, and it's like, you know,
Beautiful.
It's a great feeling.
Beautiful. What was some of your most challenging moments growing up?
School. School. I think because we're so impoverished, that was but wasn't just our family. There's a lot of families, you know, in the mining community that were the same. That sticks with you throughout your life. Yeah.
What did you learn and how did it mold you?
It just it just taught you to be strong. I mean, nothing from then on, nothing seemed to faze me. I mean, I've got a sister, love her to bits, bless her. And she could never understand, how can you go to Spain on your own and work, you know? But she still says the same today. How can you go to Thailand on your own? And it's like, you know, she doesn't really understand. People only get it once they've travelled, because you know as well as me, if you're that type of person, you can go anywhere in the world.
Yes.
Go in a bar or a cafe, and you'll be talking to someone within minutes.
Yeah. Yeah. And you just, okay, good. Just sit there, enjoy your food and watch other people enjoy themselves.
If you're humble, if you're approachable,
Yeah.
you know, got a nice personality, you can get anywhere.
You don't need no one to travel.
No.
You just need to be good with yourself and just want to take the dive.
Yeah. I remember once I was on my own and I flew down to Koh Samui.
Yeah.
And on the way, I met up with these guys that were on the plane, and we happened to be staying in the same villas. And they says, "Oh, who you with?" I says, "Oh, I've come on my own just to see what it's like. Never been to Koh Samui."
Yeah.
He says, "Oh," he says, "You're here for the, you know, same length of time as us. Join up with us."
Wow. Yeah.
The best time of his lives, honestly.
Have you ever been to the full moon party? We go back to Thailand.
No, I never.
Wow.
See, the problem is, guys, I can eat. I mean, you won't think so. You think I should weigh about 20 stone with the amount of food that I eat, but I've never been a drinker.
Oh, well done to you, brother. Ever.
Even at 17, if I had a few pints, I was really drunk.
How old are you, out of interest?
65.
Okay.
So, yeah, I'm getting old.
Nice.
But, yeah, I've never been a drinker.
Yeah.
But I've got drunk, made a complete ass of myself.
Oh, okay.
But even at 17, 2 pints an hour, I was drunk.
But you've learned from, is that you've made an ass out of yourself, and this is not for me. It's not serving my life. Move out. Simple as that.
I can't imagine coming over to Thailand and having an hangover.
Oh, okay.
That would come. And on 2 beers, I get an hangover.
Really?
Oh, I'm a cheap date. But it's honestly, it's just I just can't tolerate alcohol.
It's just not in your makeup.
It's not.
No. Wow.
No. Yeah, but I much prefer be like this morning. Go to the 2 hours in the gym. Go home, bit of fruit. Go down to the beach, and I walk to the very end, Dongtang Beach, and then I walk back. I'm more happier than that than nursing an hangover in bed.
Yeah. So what do you feel like the difference is between you and the people like your sister that has disbelief in you traveling? What stops them from living there?
It's just the way. It's just the way they're being brought up. You know, I'm sure my sister thinks if you go, you know, 100 miles outside of Barnsley, you fear of falling off the edge of the world, you know. She's a mumsy kind of woman. But you've either got it or you haven't, you know. Some people would actually be scared to death to go anywhere on their own. I find it exciting. I find it an adventure.
Yeah.
But now it's easier because I fly in and you've got an instant social circle. You know, you've got friends. The only thing is the first day I get here, I've got friends saying, "Oh, yeah, I'm going out tonight to eat." And I'm like, I got to sleep. Because I'm dead for 3 days. I get jet lag so bad. But
what country is hovering around the top of your list that you haven't traveled to yet that you really want? Japan.
Yeah.
I went just before Christmas. I went to Japan.
Did you?
Yeah, I enjoyed it. I won't say it's got anything on Thailand. The language barrier, like, couldn't really speak to people. They're very timid.
Are they?
Most of Japanese people I met, there's a couple of guys, I think there was a little bit drunk, that I had a little bit of a banter and spoke to.
Yeah.
The one guy that could speak English, but that's the only scenario that I like really had a
Yeah.
Good time with them.
I just read so much about China.
Yeah.
I mean,
Definitely worth going.
no, it's
The food,
I don't think
ramen.
anything will compare to Thailand. I mean, I've got friends that say, "Aren't you fed up of going there? Why don't you try
Yeah.
somewhere different?" I don't want anywhere different.
Yeah.
You know,
Bali?
it doesn't interest me.
No.
No. I always wanted to go to India, but over the years, it's like, and I know I'll never go now, simply because when it gets to holiday time, and I'm thinking, oh, should I go to India? Nah, I'm going to Thailand.
Okay.
Thailand always pulls me back because I know it.
Yeah.
I've had the same taxi driver for 15 years.
Wow. Where else have you? Where was the last country that you went to apart from England or Thailand?
The last country I went to was when I lived in Spain.
And how long ago was that?
18 years ago.
18 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow. So you've only been coming from England to Thailand for 18 years?
Yes.
Wow.
But I've been coming to Thailand for 38 years. So
Yeah.
38 years ago.
But there's no other country that you've been to apart from England and Thailand.
I used to live in Spain.
And that says a lot.
Yeah. So, yeah, some people say, oh, you're crazy, try somewhere else. I don't want to try. And this is, you could say this is my second home. Yes. I would much prefer it to be my first.
Yeah.
But I haven't got that set up back home to be able to transfer over here. But yeah, people will never realize until they come here.
So when would you like, or when are you planning, if you are planning to move over here full time?
I don't know if I can.
No.
I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
I mean, I say I come here every year for 2 months. Not last year, the year before. Business was a bit slow.
Oh, okay.
So I jumped on a plane over here for a month. So, yeah, I mean, if my fortunes change, yes. Yeah.
Tell me about your family.
Oh, family. There's 10 of us.
Yeah.
There's a couple now that have, well, there's more. There's about 4 of them that's retired. Because I'm the low to the middle of the family.
Yes.
There's brothers that's got their own businesses. They've all done really well.
Nice.
And that reverts back to me saying you have an healthy respect for money. There's not one of them that's done badly. They've got their own businesses.
Very interesting.
Yeah.
Go back to then, your parents. What sort of parenting did you get from your mum and dad?
Well, it was odd because the father used to work in the mines, you know what I mean? And then you got your mother, she was invalid for the last 12 years that she were alive. She had emphysema.
Okay.
Which I think is like a blood cancer. And yeah, it was tough growing up in that environment, you know. It was very hard upbringing.
That's what they say, don't they? Hard times bring, is it hard?
Yeah.
Strong people. Yeah. Soft times brings soft, weak people.
I still think you still need, in parenting, although I've never been a parent, I think you need strong parenting. You need to be strict without being abusive. You know, that's the way. A lot of kids are brought up without any strictness in the family. I've seen it a lot, and it doesn't do them or the parents any favours at all.
No. If
you bring them up with an healthy respect for money and a healthy respect for the parents, you can't go far wrong.
Yeah. You know?
My advice, if you think I'm qualified to give it, for any child, get them into sport young. Get them interested in something.
Yeah.
Don't have them sat outside on a street corner, you know, smoking cigs and drinking beers, which I still see today in Barnsley.
Oh, yeah. But it sounds like the drifting. If you need to get your child focused on something.
Kids growing up have got a lot of energy, especially young boys. Body's full of testosterone. You need to channel that energy. put them into something constructive.
Yes.
You know,
Yeah.
I learned when I was working in probation with young lads, I had the best success rate
Yeah.
because my boss says to me, he says, would you like to take them into IT class, teach them about IT computers, or take them in woodwork? I says, there's a gym next door. Let me take them next door. He says, we haven't got the budget. I went next door, had a word with the owner.
Ah,
I said, look, I've got 12 young lads here, naughty
Yeah.
boys. They're on probation. I've no money. I says, can you give us an hour free?
mm,
He get us 2 hours free every week.
wow.
I had the best success rate in probation.
Beautiful. I'm glad you mentioned that,
It
actually.
is, and some of them had never been shown the attention that I'd shown them. No one had shown them how to use a gym, about gym etiquette, you know.
Mm.
They just didn't get it.
Yeah. It's the direction.
But
It's
when
the
they got
direction.
it, the penny dropped.
Yes.
You know, it was incredible.
It's the direction that's
Yeah.
missing.
You know, they need focus. It's just...
Yeah, that's what I feel I missed growing up. Like the direction and like just my parents explaining to me the meaning of confidence. What does confidence mean? What does discipline mean? How will discipline help you?
Yeah.
What is your self-esteem?
But you learn all this, don't you, in sport?
Mm.
You know, sport is a great, for me anyway, it's
Yes,
a great
yeah.
leveler. And it takes you from a boy into adulthood.
Mm.
You know what I mean? You see people in the gym, then some of them people become mentors. If you don't get that mentorship at home,
Yeah.
and I've seen it a few times, you know, you get a young lad
Yes.
that's lost. A few of these young lads that I had on probation were drinking and smoking spliffs. And a few of them to this day still go to the gym.
Yeah, you're totally right about that. Because my karate coach, I was doing karate for about 15 years, and I feel like I learned more around like self-development and mental aspects through
It learns you
him
self-respect.
rather than my dad. Even though I spent more time with my dad, give or take. But yeah, he was just, and also he was quite as rough as my father, but
Yeah.
he would explain a little bit, well, not a little bit, quite a lot more deeper into things.
Yeah.
And just give me more direction. So I really value that.
Yeah,
Really value that.
it's a great leveler of sport. It is. You know, if you've got a kid growing up and he's drinking beer and smoking, that means he's got no self-respect at all.
Yeah. Well, you're not taking care of yourself.
No.
You're not investing your time
You take that kid
wisely.
out of that environment and put him in a sports environment, changes overnight. He sees people looking after themselves, you know?
Competitiveness.
Yeah, that's the word I was looking for. Yeah, that's exactly what it is.
Competitive.
And you need to
drive,
instill that
determination.
into people. You know, you look at the Japanese and the Thais, as far as that goes, you know, there's a certain amount of competitiveness there. You know,
Oh yeah.
some of the Thai schools here
Yeah.
are absolutely incredible. Honestly, the sports facilities they have.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that's available to all classes out here, but the schools that they have got far superior to them in the UK.
One thing that's going through my mind now is with your upbringing, you all had that hunger.
Yeah,
You was hungry.
Yeah.
You had that.
you had
You
hunger for
needed
life.
that. Pardon?
You had hunger for life.
Yeah.
You're hungry for it.
You needed to bring your best self forward because that stress and like
Of course.
that lack drove you forward to
Yeah. You see, in my opinion now, with the kids these days, they don't have that hunger. They have everything already given to them.
The entertainment is there.
Then, there was no phones, there was no internet. When I was
the food,
a teenager, you know,
sweets.
without
no give.
Yeah,
Just
they
help
don't
yourself.
earn it.
They
don't earn it. And that's not a bad thing, but you've got to balance things out with, you know, you've got to earn.
To me, I do think it's a bad thing. I do. I think, we should work for things because obviously then when we get older, we just expect it to be coming on our plate. And then we have a big surprise when like things don't just land in our plates. Like we
Yeah.
have to go and talk to people. We have to go and grab a job. We have
But
to
that's what
network.
I mean. The kids should have to work for it.
Totally.
For what they get. I mean, it's so simple now. To
Totally.
kids to be given like £700-800 iPhone for Christmas.
For nothing.
That
Yeah.
money out here, can you imagine how much
Mm.
that would mean to a Thai family out here? 800 quid.
Mm.
And the kids, 14, 15, take it for granted. It
Yeah.
shouldn't be like that.
Yeah.
You know, they should have to work for it.
Yeah, yeah. So one thing that's going through my mind, so like when you get in a relationship with someone, or if like you have a staff member, like you both need to be working with each other. So right, I've got you working for me. I want you to do so and so, yeah, at your best abilities. But what do I want to give you? What do you want from me? You with me? Just like in a relationship, you know, you
Yeah.
come together. Right, I want a child with you. Great. If not great, how can we work with it? If not, it's not going to work. You with me? Right. I need support, and I need you to develop yourself as I'm developing myself, or it's not going to work. Same as a parenting and child scenario. I want you to be the best possible child you can be. How are you going to be that best? You need to educate yourself. Right. You need to read one book a month. Okay. And what do you want? I
Yeah.
want this toy.
Yeah.
I want so-and-so. Brilliant. Okay. Well, you follow my instructions, do your reading, better yourself, and this is the prize you will be getting.
That's exactly what I'm thinking, because you only get out as much as you put in. If you put in your time and effort into a kid, you're going to get so much more out.
Totally.
You know, it's so simple, but yet so many kids are falling by the wayside.
Reminds me of Grant Cardone. It's sales. It's a sale.
Yeah.
I'm selling this best life for my child. I need to sell that to them.
Yes.
You with me?
Yeah.
And I need to influence them to want to do it.
You need to instill an eagerness in them, you know, an eagerness to do well.
Yes.
In
The
school.
outcomes. You got to sell the outcome.
Yeah.
If you do this, you can do that. You can get this. But if you carry on throwing your life away, playing computer games, dealing drugs, whatever, fighting, potentially that's going to be the outcome.
And, you know, that's why I tend to lean more towards the Japanese and Chinese, because they instill into their kids so much. They really do. I mean, the education system in China alone is 10 times more than what ours could ever be, you know. But they teach them not just mathematics and English. They teach them life chores, you know, how to cook, how to iron, how to look after themselves, how to do sports. A big influence in schools in China.
Yeah.
You know, in England, what do? They start school 8:30, they finish at 2:15. There's no comparison, you know.
But then it's go out to play or on your phone.
Yeah,
You with
mostly
me?
like that.
Yeah.
Most like that. Texting all day. We need to pull back from that.
Yeah. So I always push on the podcast. Where do you want to go in life, and what steps are you putting in place to build your dream life? If you have children, where do you want your children to be in their life? What steps are you implementing to help them get there in life?
Exactly. It's just like, for me, it's like being in a gym. You want to reach that certain level.
Yes.
You know, you need to be motivated. And that's what people do. Some people won't admit that. You go to a gym and you see one guy and you think, God, I want to be like that. And it'll make you work harder.
Exactly.
It's the same,
Yes.
it's the same with kids.
Yes.
You know, you have to show them, look, if you do this, you can be like that. You know,
sales.
If you do this amount of scholarship work, school, you can go to the next level.
Yeah.
And it's the same with the gym, you know. It's all steps.
And another thing that I do my best to influence you guys too is to build your own character.
Yes.
Build yourself.
Yeah.
And if your parents aren't there helping you, influencing you, you need to take responsibility as soon as possible for your own direction in life.
Yeah. If you're not sure about your direction, my advice would be just step outside the box for a moment. Just step outside the box. Just think what you've achieved, or what mostly important is what you haven't achieved. Step outside the box, see where you're going or coming from, and build on it.
Yeah.
And believe me, it works.
Mm.
You know, it does work.
Totally hear you. Great conversation. Let's get into the meditation, my friend. First ever meditation for you.
Right.
Okay.
Go on, yeah.
So get comfortable with where you are. Appreciate the fact that we woke up today. Give thanks.
That's another thing. I sleep far too much over here.
Oh, really?
Yes. I can sleep 8 hours every night and more over here. Sorry. Go on.
Appreciate your breath. Appreciate your senses, your eyesight, your hearing, your working organs, your body that carries you around throughout the day. And take 3 deep breaths in through your nose. Exhale all of the higher vibrations and exhale all of the higher vibrations. Okay, so we're bringing love in, enthusiasm, and we're giving love and enthusiasm out to the world. And on the 3rd breath, if it's good with you, if you haven't already, close your eyes.
You're going to put me to sleep.
Focus your energy on your mind and your consciousness. Feel your level of awareness right now. Give thanks to it. Move down and feel the awareness in your hands and appreciate them. Give thanks to them. Down to your feet. Feel the energy and awareness in your feet. Now visualize a genie above you holding a lamp. And within this lamp, there is a liquid gold. And this liquid gold is full of whatever emotion you would like to feel, such as courage, enthusiasm, joy, faith, anything you want, healing. And shortly, the genie is going to turn the lamp and the liquid is going to start flowing inside of your cranium. Feel the energy in the liquid gold pouring into you. Whenever you're ready, visualize that scenario. Through your brain, through your neck muscles, healing, enthusiasm, joy, rejuvenation. Throughout your shoulders and down one arm, feel the energy. Down the other arm. Throughout your torso, through all of your organs, your heart, your kidneys, your liver, your digestive system. Really feel the energy of rejuvenation, healing, enthusiasm, joy. Now, for a short moment, feel the difference between your upper body and your lower body that hasn't been touched with this liquid gold yet. Sense the difference. Now, start going down one leg, through your groin, through your hamstrings, your knee, your calf muscles, your ankle, and that one foot. Now, to finish off with that final leg, hamstring, knee, calf muscles, ankle, and foot, until your whole body is lit up with this liquid gold of whatever energy you desire. Give thanks to the emotions you're feeling now. Hold on to them. And know that you can feel like this anytime you want. Now, to finish off, recap from the start of the meditation to where we are now. And take with you anything and everything that's strongly resonated with you throughout the day, throughout your week, and throughout your rest of your life. Feel your new heightened level of awareness within yourself. Give thanks to it. Give thanks to yourself, or give yourself a high five, a warm embrace, a pat on the back for taking your time out of your day to watch this podcast, to take part in the meditation. Your future self is grateful. Now, to finish off, take 3 deep breaths in through your nose. Inhale all of the high vibrations and exhale all of the high vibrations. Inhale love and exhale love throughout your environment. Now, finally, bring your hands to cover your eyes, and in your own time, whenever you're ready, blink your eyes open to reveal the new and wonderful world we live in.
That's made me tired.
Anything else?
Hungry.
Was there anything that really resonated with you throughout that? Sorry.
No, I just felt sleepy, relaxed. Is that me just being tired?
It's so good. Great. Is there one philosophy, Mike, or statement or quote that you would like to pass on for the world to help them level up?
Yeah, and someone said this to me a long time ago. Don't care what people think or say about you. You're not that important. And they said that to me in a good way.
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
without causing offense.
Yes.
And it stuck with me for a long time.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing, Mike. Is there anything else?
It's dinner time.
Surely, as you deserve it. Thank you for coming, Mike. So this is the first time Mike's done anything like this.
Yes.
I met him in the gym about 3 days ago. I
Yes.
literally spoke to him for about 3 minutes and he told me a few of his stories. I says I've got a podcast and I welcome people that have great stories and I just generally enjoy their company and I think I can learn from them and they have interesting wisdom to share with you. So if you have any interest in sharing your wisdom with me, let me know and I'll do my best to sit down with you and see what we can do. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the podcast. Let me know what you think about it and check out the links. You can buy me a coffee to help support what I'm doing here. Would be really appreciated. I do mentoring one-on-ones. So if that's something you're interested in, please reach out to me. You can drop me an email or follow me on Instagram and drop me a message. Yes.
Excellent.
Thank you for tuning in. Much love.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mike.
Thank you.
Absolute pleasure.
Great
God
stuff.
bless.
Bye.